Right, Land Rover Keyfobs. That's our Range Rover Sport L405. That is the Evoque, hence the E, I guess. Did you do that, yeah. Tyler? There you go. And this is a new one, and it's a genuine part. Here's the part number. We will put these on the website, or you can buy them off anyone. Land Rover, there you go. We're not kind of, right? And they're actually relatively inexpensive. So I'm going to explain a little bit about Keyfobs, what I know. So this is a dummy thing, as you'll see, and then we are going to show you how to swap the internals from yours over and why you might do that. So right, here we go. Right, if you're going to do it, buy yourself a battery as well. We will kit these up. It's a CR220. They can't hear you, Tyler, because I got this microphone here now. We've phased you out now. We're back on the wireless mics. So Tyler was beautifully reading there because he doesn't think I can read, and I can't very well, to be fair. CR2032. There you go. Right. Right, which is a little, how many volts is it? 3 volts button cell battery. Right, you might as well do that while you're in there. Right, so why would we want to change our key fob holder? They start to go, can you see that, Tyler, on there? They started to lift up at the corners a bit there. I'm making it worse now. But they do wear, the paint wears off. Now, when you buy this, you do not get the little cover, metal-y bit with it. You can get flash ones of these that say like autobiography on them, and they've got that little sort of Del Monte diamondy finish on them. But anyway, we digress again, Tyler. I get excited. Right, so let's do it. Everyone's going to get bored. Right, so we are going to swap this key over to here. Right, so there is 3 parts to your key. So first of all, you need to just slide this bit like so, pop, and then it should wriggle off. There we go. Make sure you put it on the right way, because you think you can get it. If it doesn't fit, make sure you get it the right way. It'll go on easy. Right, that's that. Nothing exciting in that. And then in here you have this little key that you need to slide out. I like this. Nice bit of design. It sits in that little spring key holdery thing. Right, so this is one part of your key. This is the mechanical key that will, when you have a flat battery in either your car or your key fob, will open your car for you. So this is one part, and you just swap that over to the next one. But we did a video on the little key barrel. Make sure while you're doing this, do a test and just check this does open your car, because someone may have changed the keys or done something. We did find that on our car, didn't we, Tyler? Yeah, on the Sport. It had a crash repair. Someone had put a new door on and they'd left the old door lock in. Poor Sport. Right, now this bit is now your key to opening. Do you know what I did there, Tyler? It's the key to opening the key fob. It's got a little slot there. Put that, and then with that bit, you can just twist it, and it will crack it open like so. And then you can just gently squeeze it open. Right, and there you will see. Now, there is, now look at this. Now, there's 2 part numbers for these key fobs. One of them's more expensive, and I think it's even obsolete now. And it all depends whether you have a shiny and smooth, which that was once. Can you see the sort of glossy effect? Yeah. And then there's the other ones are matte. So if you want a glossy one, I think they're hard to get hold of, but I prefer the matte ones, because once they're scratched a bit, they look a better job, don't they, Tyler? Yeah. Yeah. Right. We're getting over the glossy thing. So that now has no redeemable qualities. Although if you particularly liked your half-worn glossy black bit and it was only your buttons, you could keep that. But right, now what have we got in here? So we've obviously got the battery, so we can slide the battery out. Right, now there's actually 2 components to what you've got left in the key here. One of them is the battery powered remote that goes boom and opens the car and unlocks the car. But we did the video the other day. Should I put the link? I'll put the link here. Boop, boop. And if you take a key fob without a battery in it and you put it to a special place on the steering column, there is some passive thing in here, transducer, and the car reads, yeah, I know who you are, and we'll let you start and drive the car. So we need to swap all this over. Now, luckily, on some keyrings on the Toyota, there was a separate little nugget. But on this one, it all looks to be on board. So here we go. So now it's held in. If you look at the new one, where's my new one, Tyler? So the new one's exactly the same. Open him up. All right, it's got these two little pins that stand up. Can you see those, Tyler?
Black on black.
Not a metal.
There we go.
You got it. I mean, shall I put a little white bit behind it? Look. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So it's got two pins, one here and here, and the circuit board is plonked onto those. So what I've got to try and do, I'm going to go as close as I can to it and try and lever up the circuit board. But I don't want to crack the circuit board. And we did try this on the Evoque one, didn't we? There we go. That's got him. Now, I'm getting close there. He's fighting me a bit, isn't he, Tyler? Do we need to Dremel off the top, or?
Coming the other way?
That's all right. He looked like a fairly tough little... Of course, you don't want to go too much of an angle, although if it breaks the pin, it doesn't matter. I'm more worried about the circuit board. I mean, and there are components underneath, so I don't want to... We can see where it is there, can't we?
Can we separate the black bit?
That is what I was thinking the same time. So we tried and just do the black.
Because it came off on the other one.
There we go, that's a good shout, yeah. So if you lever the black bit off that, we're going to divide and conquer, aren't we, Tyler? Right. Now let's see if that may well have taken off. I think they may have a slight sort of bobble on the end of the pin. That's still fighting me a little bit. Bomb. Now that has taken the pin with it. Can you see there? Which is not no biggie, right? Because we're throwing all that away.
Yeah.
Right. So there's no other components here, right? So let's have a look. So now we've probably left with a little dibble half stuck in there, aren't we? We need to get him out. So I reckon we're going to need some. I reckon those small side and face cutters. Let's try that. So I'm going to try just before I get the pliers out. I'm just going to try and see whether you could just, with a sharp blade, I make that out of tough stuff, Tyler. That is tough. Because you could have done that before, and I just wonder if whether there's enough that. That would be the way to do it, wouldn't it? Yeah, so if you're struggling, I reckon take the top off and then look, it drops out. So you want to get yourself some really nice cutters, and that'll probably reduce the stress. Just nip the plastic if they don't. Having said that, when we did I've forgotten which key this even is for now. When we did the Evoque one, Tyler, it did pop off, didn't it? Yeah. So I think go gentle with the screwdriver. If it doesn't pop off, then get yourself some of these side and face cutters. It's a good excuse to buy new tools. Right. We've got to put it back together now, Tyler. So we're all a muddle now. Is that the new one? That does look like the new one. Yeah. So there you go. There's all the buttons on the... Obviously, you've got the central button there. You can work out. And you've got the little... It's like a SIM card, isn't it, Tyler? We've got the corner missing. And you've got the corner missing on there. So put that in there. Now, right. So I guess you could, if you wanted... you could either... we're going to drop a super glue on there, but I reckon you could, if you wanted, get a little soldering iron or something hot and just squidge it down, couldn't you? Yeah. Actually, let's do both. So Tyler wanted me just to double check. He said, well, before you go soldering and super gluing it, hadn't we better just check that little transducer is on here? So you'll notice now I've got the key ring, the key fob, no battery, and the transducer must be in here, because if I put it next to that little bit on the steering wheel there, there we go. So it does start the car. So we'll now... You happy now, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Good. Right, it's getting solder written. Right, so we're going to do two techniques. One is the super glue. Whoa, that's a hell of a... We're going to belt and braces here. And I reckon that would... And obviously, you have to put the little cap on it. Oh, must be some sort of anti... I'll get that cap down over that. I need to push down. Oh, there we go. Does that pin come through there? Most of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, he stood up in the... So I think the super glue might actually be a good job, Tyler. Right, let's have a go then. Right, we love our cordless soldering iron, don't we?
Every day.
Heat and super glue, is that a bad combination? Yeah, you want to avoid getting near this seal at the edge. There you go. There you go. Right. That's good enough, isn't it? Right, we'll let that. There we go. Let's put our battery in. So, there you go. And it goes that way up, doesn't it? Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Oh, got the right in that one. Right. We are all ready then, aren't we, Tyler? We just put our new mat back on there. And luckily you don't have to swap this metal spring bit over. That comes on the new one. So you're right, and it also comes with complete with this little, what do they call that, Tyler? Ring. Key ringy bit. Key ring, I guess it is a key ring, isn't it? Right. Let's have a look how this clips together, man. He's sort of fighting me a little bit.
I might just sort of give it a wiggle.
Oh, hang on. Right. Oh, the car's.
It's working.
Ah, there you go, yeah. There you go, yeah. So he clips together, and then you slide your key back in. Oh, he says. Get it in the right bit then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ty's going, you got it. Right, and then try it one way. If it doesn't go, doesn't feel like it's going, try it the other way. Try it back there. What have I not got right, Tyler? Have we changed the design of the slidey bit? Or am I just making it look more difficult than it is? There you go, I'm just making it look more difficult than it is. There you go. Key fob, done.